welcome back to my channel. This is Stephanie, I'm also known as GRWM. Thank you for joining me here today. So today we're going to do a get ready with me, and we'll be just chit-chatting, you know, while I straighten out my hair. Do you like my little hat? It has a flower here on the side. This is the back, really. This is supposed to go to the back, but I just thought it was just too plain, so I put it to the side there. I think that was pretty cute. So yeah, thank you for joining me here today, and for those who are new to my channel, welcome. Thank you for being here, and for those who are returning subscribers as well, welcome. You can subscribe if you like, and hit the like button if you like this video. So I'm gonna go ahead and straighten out my hair while I talk to you about my scariest experience Monday night till Tuesday morning, yesterday morning. Oh, let me just tell you. Okay, so yeah, so what I'm gonna go ahead and do is just get started. Take my little cap off, and this is my hair. I have really frizzy hair, really like scruffy frizzy hair. So yes, you're gonna get scared. But I'm glad you're joining me here today. And I brushed it too. So all right, so what I'm gonna do first, I washed my hair yesterday, and I use like a hair mask, and then I also use a leave-in treatment, but this leave-in treatment doesn't have a heat protectant on it. So I'm going to use this product here called Eden Body Works, the hydration serum by it's almond marshmallow hydration serum. I'll be using that. And I have a mirror in front of me right here so that I can see when I'm straightening out my hair, okay? So right now I'm just going to brush up my hair. So you might see this in fast forward motion. Alright, so here's my hair. This is my hair puffed out. Yeah. It's very wavy, so very different from when I straighten it out. I have more volume when it's dry and puffy. Alright, I have to thank my dad for that, because my mom has the straightest hair and fine hair, and my dad has the scruffiest hair and very thick. So I gotta thank my dad for my hair. My ancestors. All right, so I'm gonna put this product on my hair. All right, and look, I'm almost finishing up this product. This product is supposed to help me with styling my hair, and it's supposed to help me with heat damage. So hopefully it's a heat protectant. If it's not, well, I'm using it as a heat protectant. All right. Let me get this going. So I might fast forward to this part as well while I apply the serum. I don't even think that much is going to cover all my head, but we'll see. I'm going to try. I'm going to try to use this much to cover all my hair. Okay, so I'm about done putting the serum in my hair. I have hair like this, and just part it in half. So I'm gonna use this scrunchie, you know, to hold the hair that I straighten out. My hands are so sticky. It's all right. Okay, so this is what I start. I start by grabbing a piece of my hair, you know, just like that. You know, pushing the rest to the side, to the opposite side, so it won't get mixed in with the side that I'm going to straighten out. So this is what I'm going to straighten out right now. All right. Monday night. Okay, so Monday night I went to bed at 9:30 or 10 o'clock, somewhere around there, you know. I had, well, first of all, before I did that, earlier on that day, I had called my cell phone company because they charged me twice. You know, they charged me on my bill twice. So I had to call them and let them know, hey, I needed a refund back, you know, because they charged me twice. So I think because of the refund, what happened afterwards is the reason for that, because they gave me my refund back. Because after that, like around, I didn't get a notice, you know, because, you know, when I went to sleep around 9:30, 10 o'clock, when I went to bed, I didn't get a notice until I woke up like around 1:30. I don't know why my body just wakes up in the middle of the night sometimes. So I feel like I'm becoming an insomniac. So yeah, because I'm only been able to sleep for 3 hours at a time. So at that moment, when I went to bed at 10 o'clock, I woke up at 1:30 in the morning, and I looked at the phone, and for some reason I wanted to text my sister, and you know, just to see if she was still awake. She works, by the way, but sometimes, you know, she doesn't stay up that late. But I just wanted to see if she was, then I was hoping that she would answer the phone, or she would answer my text. So what happened was I sent the text to my sister, and my sister she didn't get the text message. I got a message in return, a text message from the cell phone company, telling me that because there wasn't sufficient funds, and that's the reason why I wasn't unable to, you know, my text wasn't able to get sent. And that really made me angry, because I was like, my cell phone has already been paid for. I paid for it ahead of time. It was due on the 22nd, and I paid for it on the 17th. I paid the bill on the 17th. So I was like, no, you gotta be kidding me. You know, she has to have received the message, and I saw that I got that message. And so I was like, okay, well, at least let me try calling. So I called, and I was freaking out by that time. I was freaking out because, like, oh my goodness, I go, why am I not able to make this? Why am I not able to get a text message out? So I called, and no, a recording came on again, and saying that I needed to make a payment and add funds to my account. I was like, oh, no. This is no good. So then I was worried, and I called the line. I called the customer service line. It was 1:30 in the morning. I called them, and just to get the recording to tell me to call back in the morning, to call back at 8 o'clock in the morning, because they were closed. Imagine me, you know, waking up, not feeling sleepy, you know, trying to go back to sleep, and for the machine to tell me not to, you know, to call back around 8 o'clock in the morning. You think I was gonna be able to rest or go to sleep after getting this message? And then I was thinking to myself, well, what if I have an emergency, or what if one of my parents have an emergency, one of my family members, you know, need to get a hold of me in the middle of the night, because that has happened before. And my phone is not able to be reached, and my parents, I'm the first one my parents call. They call on. I'm the first one they call on. I'm pretty sure they would call my sisters, but if it's an emergency, you know, they won't have time to call two people at the same time. So they would call me first. They would call, of course, so they would call 911 first, and they would call my sister if they can't get a hold of me, but once already, like, at the hospital. But thank goodness nothing like that happened that I know about. Well, yeah, I know that nothing like that happened, because yeah, we didn't get any emergency that following morning. You know, I didn't get any notifications, you know, from my sister or from my family or anything like that, letting me know that there was an emergency overnight. But that was running through my head. And you guys, if you know me, I worry too much. I'm a worry wart. I'm sorry, that's just my nature. I'm just that type of person, that I'm just a worry wart. And I'm trying to work on it. I'm trying on working on not being so worried so much, but just, it's hard. It is hard. It's something that, you know, it's like it's just something that you cannot just. It's like a mental illness, I guess I should say. You know, like a mental disorder. You know, you try to work on it, and the only thing that you can do is just keep working at it, and then eventually you'll get better, right? So then I was like, okay, let me just put on some ASMR, because you know, if you know your girl, she loves her some ASMR, and all kinds of ASMR, any ASMR that would relax my mind, put my mind at ease. But at that point, my body was still feeling a little tense, was still feeling a little worried. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't sleep. So I tried, you know, so nothing was making me relax, not even ASMR. And I was like, I'm immune already. I'm immune to ASMR. And I was just thinking about, you know, what if I had an emergency and I couldn't get a hold of anybody? You know, I live alone, and you know, I mean, I have neighbors that I don't have, you know, you know, I'm new here, so I don't have that many neighbors that I communicate with. But fact of the matter is, my phone was not working, and I was very, very, very upset and worried. And then I was like, okay, me panicking is not going to help. Me panicking is just going to make things worse. And so I just kind of calmed myself down, took some deep breaths, and then eventually, yeah, I went to sleep. But it was already like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, you know, when I was able to go back to sleep. And that's why I say that I feel like I'm an insomniac now, because this is not the first time that I hadn't been able to go to sleep. It's been like this since last month. Last month I've been sleeping late, and my sleeping regimen, or time, I guess my mental time, you know, everybody has an internal clock, you know, everybody has an internal clock. So I think my internal clock just kind of just did a 180, you know, where I'm sleeping in the mornings and I'm up at night, you know, and that's not normal. That's not normal for me. You know, I have to be up in the mornings. Not to say that this has happened to me every single day, but it's been happening quite frequently, where I'm feeling, you know, where I'm feeling like I can't sleep. I'm feeling like, okay, I can't sleep. And it's been very frequent. Like, maybe, I want to say almost every day, but not really. Like, there's nights that I just go to sleep, you know, but it's still pretty late. It's like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning when I go to bed. And then I wake up, like, it's like my body only sleeps for 3 hours, and then wakes up, and then stays up, and then goes back to sleep for another 3 hours, and then wakes up, you know, stays up for a little bit, and then goes back to sleep another 3 hours. So that's probably something I have to go look for. But I was just so upset, you know, with that company. So as soon as 8 o'clock came around, 8 o'clock in the morning, you know, I went to sleep. And when I felt like I was, you know, sleeping, I was starting to feel like, you know, like getting into real deep sleep, my alarm goes off for 8 o'clock, because that was the time I was going to call customer service and ask them what's going on. You know, and, you know, I'm on hold, you know, trying to get a customer service rep on the phone. I'm on hold. And finally somebody comes onto the phone, and I was very I sounded kind of rude, but I was like, you playing me? I mean, I know I shouldn't be like that, but I wasn't rude. I mean, you can tell that I was upset. You can tell that I was upset, because the lady says, hi, how are you doing this morning? I think she asked me, hi, how are you doing this morning? And I said, not good. And so she goes, oh, I'm sorry to hear that. May I help you? Or what seems to be the problem? And so I start telling her. So I told her, I said, yes, ma'am. I said, I'll go, my phone has no service. I paid my bill. And I told her, I said, it's giving me a notification that I need to pay funds, that I have insufficient funds, and I need to make a payment. That's what it's telling me, that I'm getting that notification on my phone, that there's no service and I need to make a payment on my phone. So then she asks me for my phone number. So I give that to her. And then she tells me, okay, if you can hold a minute, let me look up your account. you guys, I had went on to the my actual, my sign-in page, the site, where you sign in, to see what's going on with your account. I had changed my plan back in October. I changed my plan, I changed it because I just felt like I was paying too much for my cell phone plan. And so I changed it. I changed the plan. And I actually went on there onto the site. I went onto my site, before I called customer service, of course, because I wanted to see, if there was anything that I can do on my end, to be able to, to help myself out, help to see what's going on my end, Maybe there was something on my end that I could have, maybe turned on a switch or something, clicked on something for it to go back to, for it to work again, for it to go back to normal, for it to continue to give me service. So when she asks me for my phone number, she finds it, and then she tells me what can I help her with, what can she help me with. And I told her, I said, well, there's two things, that needs to get fixed on my account. I said what my first issue was. I said, first of all, I don't have any service on my phone, and I've already made a payment, and I was supposed to get a refund because I was charged twice. So she looked into my account and she said, okay, yes, it does look like they refunded me $5.45. She said, because your plan is you still owe on your plan. I said, no. I said, I made my payment on the 17th. If you can see that on your account. She's like, oh yes, I'm sorry. Yeah, you did make a payment. So she says, she's going to see what she can do about giving me back the full refund that they had when they double charged me, when they overcharged me the second time. She said that she was going to go ahead and check to see if she was going to be able to give me that refund. And I told her, why wouldn't you be able to give me the refund? I said, because you charged me twice. My payment was only supposed to be ... and you charged me again. And then she says, okay, well, I do apologize. Let me look into this. She says, and I told her, I said, I had a credit on my account because I had overpaid last month. And so I had a credit that went forward, that forwarded over to January's bill. And so that's the reason why my bill, is less than what I would normally pay per month, because I had a credit. And then she looked into that and she said, oh yes, I do see that credit here. I do see where they give you credit. Okay, let me see. Let me place you on hold. She says, let me work on your account and then see what I can do for you. So I said, okay, I'll stay on hold. And so she put me on hold. And then she came back on and she said that she was able to refund me the rest of the money that was supposed to be refunded onto my account, that she went ahead and she was able to place that refund on my account. Now I was like, okay, great. I said, and the second issue that I have is that on the online site, for my phone, for where my sign-in log site, to see what my plan is, it's still telling me my old plan rate on there. It's not showing my new plan rate. And she says, okay, she goes, let me check this out and see what I can do on my end, or see what happens. Maybe I can help you with that. She came back on the phone. She says, oh, okay, ma'am, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to go back. She goes, I'm gonna have to go back and undo the refund. She said, because I have to change your plan, because it does show that you're still on your old plan, and that needs to be changed first before I can, give you a refund. I said, okay. And she goes, and you won't have this issue anymore. I was like, well, I said, I've changed my plan since October, and this is the reason why I've been getting credit each month. It keeps moving forward to the following month, is because they tell me the same thing. Every time I go on my online site to, go on my online site, it keeps giving me the same old plan that I had, not the new plan that I signed up for. And she says, okay, well, this time it's gonna be fine. It's changed now. If you go on, once I change your plan on my end, once I change it, it should reflect your sign-in account. So give me a minute while I go ahead and change your plan, and then we can go through the process with refunding you the money. And I was like, okay, all right, that's fine. But in my mind, I was already thinking, you know, okay, she's, you know, I'm gonna have this issue again the following month. I'm gonna have this issue I have this issue in February again. But well, fortunately, she came back on the phone and she goes, she says, well, I went ahead and I successfully changed your plan rate, and on your account on your online site, you should be able to see your new plan. And I was like, I'll go, oh, can I check, you know? Because she wanted to go ahead, and she goes, now we can move forward with giving you a refund back. So then, well, I told her, well, can I check first to make sure that it's not telling me that you know, that I have my old plan still on the phone? She says, yeah, sure, ma'am, you can do that, you know, while I'm on the phone with you. You can go ahead and check. So I was like, okay. So I went online and I checked, you know, to make sure that the plan was changed, and it was changed. So I was happy about that. I was like, great, good, you know, now my plan has changed, you know, my plan is really, you know, it has changed, you know, I'm not going to have any issues for sure next month. I'm not going to have any issues. And the reason for that, which why I say we're not going to have any issues, is because every time, each month, like since October when I changed my plan, I would go on my online site and it still kept saying I was with my old plan, and that was October, November, and December. It still said it still showed up as me having my old plan, my old plan rate. I was already paying, you know, for the new plan rate I had switched over to, because I called customer service and they did it on their end, you know, they processed the payment, or they went ahead and changed it on their end. So it was changed on their end. I don't know how it was changed on their end, but whenever I went on my site, it wasn't changed at all. So, but for sure this time it was changed. So I do believe that I'm not going to have this issue anymore the following month. So she said, I'm going to go ahead and go forward with your refund, you know, to complete your refund. I was like, okay. And I'm going to see, you know, if it'll allow me to, you know, put your refund back on your account, your full refund. I'm like, okay, yes, please. And then, so she went ahead and placed me on hold again. And then she came back, and then she said, okay, it's all done. She goes, you should be seeing your refund in the next 3 to 5 business days. You know, usually it takes 24 hours, right? That's what, because this wasn't the first time this is not the first representative I spoke to that day. I spoke to another one earlier on that morning, you know, with the representative. I mean, I spoke to a representative the day that I told that representative that I was overcharged. You know, she told me it was going to be within 24 hours, if not 3 to 5 business days, before you could see your refund on your account. I was like, okay. So I knew that what the lady was telling me over the phone, the one that I was talking to get when she was fixing my issue, you know, she was telling me it's going to take 3 to 5 business days. And I was like, okay, I know it could. I said, or it could take 24 hours. So she says, you won't be able to see it. You won't be able to see it on your account. It won't reflect on your account yet until 3 to 5 business days. So you wait 3 to 5 business days so you can see your full refund onto your account. And I was like, okay. I was convinced. I was like, okay. I was convinced. And my phone was working again. And so I went back to sleep because it was 8 o'clock in the morning. And I said, okay, I'm gonna go back to sleep because I'm sleeping only like in 3-hour intervals. And I'm not sleepy at all. I'm not getting any sleep, any rest, or any sleep. Actually, I'm resting. I mean, I can rest. Like right now I'm resting doing my hair, but as far as like sleep wise goes, I'm not getting any sleep. I'm not feeling sleepy at all. So I went to sleep. It was 8 o'clock in the morning. I think it was like 8:30, you know, when I said okay, I'm back to sleep. And then I got another call, and then I got a text message, you know, because I did send messages through Instagram, through, you know, to friends or families, you know, Instagram or TikTok, you know, see if they were able, because I was able to message through Instagram, Messenger, TikTok, Instagram, Messenger, Facebook. I was able to they were able to see the messages on those apps because I have Wi-Fi in my house. I have Wi-Fi, and so I'm using my Wi-Fi, and I was able to communicate with somebody that way. So they finally told me, yeah, I'm not able. I'm not able to send you a direct text through your cell phone, or I'm not able to make a, well, they didn't say anything about the call, because they told me, I'm not sure about the call because I had not made a call yet to your number, you know, to check to see if you're able to receive calls. I was like, that's fine. It's okay. I'm just gonna, you know, as long as I'm able to get text messages now, I'm good, you know. And so then I didn't go back to bed until probably 9 o'clock in the morning. I went ahead and I slept some more, because I was like, I know I need to get at least 8 hours of rest. And I woke up. So I woke up at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, Tuesday, you know, that day, because I said I needed to get my hours in for rest. And so that's what I did. I went ahead and I went back to sleep. On Tuesday, I went back to sleep. And so, yeah, that was it. That was the whole story that had happened, what had happened to me during this time frame. You know, what had happened to me. That was the whole story. And so, oh, I also forgot to mention, this is the reason why I'm like trying to think what else that I wanted to tell y'all. That I checked my bank, you know, to make sure to see if maybe, you know, it got put back into my account right away, the refund. And what happened was, she gave me a partial refund. She still owes me more. Well, not she, but the company still owes me more money, you know, on my refund. So I'm gonna go ahead and check to make sure, you know, I'm gonna wait the 3 to 5 business days. If I don't see the other partial refund back onto my account after the 3 to 5 business days, then I'm gonna call them back and say, hey, look, y'all did not refund me the full amount. Y'all said it would be 3 to 5 business days before I can see the credit, you know, from when y'all double charge me, and go from there. You know, they have to give me my credit back. I mean, they're, you know, it's and I hope it doesn't mess up my service again, where it gets interrupted and states, you know, oh, you had not made your payment, whatever the recording was giving me. But here you go, guys. You know, I went from that poofy hair to this. And I like whenever I have my hair wash days, and I use my hair mask, because it does give me a little bit of volume, because usually my hair is pretty flat. But when I straighten it out, it gets pretty flat. Okay, well, thank you guys for joining me here today and listening to my story of the incident that I have with my phone. Real scary. Hope it doesn't happen to any of you guys, or if it has happened to you guys, let me know in the comment section below. I would really like to know, I mean, your experiences, you know, with your cell phones, you know, stuff like that. And you know, hopefully, you know, none of y'all had ever experienced like an emergency where your cell phone was not working at all, wasn't completely working. But I think cell phones are already built to where if you have an emergency situation, you're still able to call 911, you know, without you with your service still interrupted. But I seriously would hate to find out on an emergency that my phone isn't working, and then I can't make the call out and it's an emergency. I sure would hate to find that out, you know. But thank you for joining me here today. Hope you have a great, wonderful day, and I'll see you in my next one. I love y'all.